Hey everyone, thank you for clicking play. It's good to be back. All right, I'm gonna jump right in. I'm sure you've noticed that there are certain posts and memes and just different things that keep coming up. They keep circulating. So I ran across I don't know how many times I've seen this quote, maybe fifth or sixth time. It's a quote attributed to Julia Roberts, and it's a very good one. She's a very articulate woman. And I really like it. I've always really liked this quote. But it suddenly struck me how, I hate to use the word unfair, but sometimes it just fits, but imbalanced is a good one too. We lack balance in general as a culture, as a country, in the world, and certainly us within. We are not in balance most of the time. So that's, I think, what this quote makes me kind of think of. There's a bias here. So I'm going to read it, and then in the interest of fairness and balance, I'm going to tweak it. Okay? So here we go. Women, you are not rehabilitation centers for badly raised men. It's not your job to fix him, change him, parent, or raise him. You want a partner, not a project. And I wholeheartedly agree with that. Trust me. But let's be fair. Men, you are not rehabilitation centers for badly raised women. It's not your job to fix her, change her, parent, or raise her. You want a partner, not a project. Fair's fair, right? My point being in all of this is that both genders use one another in the hopes that if they partner with the right person, they will miraculously heal all kinds of unacknowledged and untreated wounds. They're going to just find the person who fills the voids, makes them feel safe, makes them feel one way or the other, less of something, more of something. There's always a menu of what we want another person to do for us when we partner up. And this happens for the very simple reason that no one, not a single human, escapes their childhood or their family of origin undamaged or unscathed or with no baggage. It's not possible because we are raised by damaged people. I've got to tell you, I've had 30 years of working in the human service field, working with foster care, anything having to do with people. And a common denominator was that every single person I have ever spoken to, either professionally or personally, has this trauma, these hurts that they carry around with them their whole life. What I've noticed, and I think a lot of people can agree with this or have experienced this has nothing to do with wealth or lack of wealth, a big family, a small family. It's not always the orphaned drug addict family that has the issues, and that's the walking wounded. I've met way too many wealthy people who lived in very pretty houses with very pretty people, and it was a shit show behind closed doors. So many bad things happening to people. It's just the human condition. So we run around once we get out of the house and we're trying to relieve whatever it is that we think we missed or that we endured. We just want to heal. We really just want to feel better, you know? And when we can't do that, well, then we distract ourselves with people, with things, activities, drugs, whatever. Again, it's just this very human tendency. And I really like actually this other one that keeps coming through, very smart kind of summing up of this is, if you don't heal what hurts, you will bleed on people who didn't cut you. And man, there's a lot of that going on in the world, right? I think we can all agree. I had my collateral damage, my ex-husband. He was my rehabilitation center. I grew up without dad and an alcoholic mom who had all kinds of mental health stuff going on. She was never really a happy person. I think she needed a lot of support she never got. So I was raised in a not awesome environment. And I remember never really feeling safe, and I never really felt stable, and I never really knew what my mom was going to be up to. And so I really craved people who were steady. Yeah, I wanted to feel safe and I wanted things to be predictable. I ended up marrying the most grounded and self-professed predictable human I could have ever found. He was going to take care of things. He was going to take care of me. He took care of all the adulting in the relationship in terms of, like, you know, insurance and bills. He bought the houses. He did all the legwork. If there was an insurance claim, he would handle it. It was really interesting. I mean, I never made a plane reservation, a car reservation. I just sort of handed all of that adulting over to him. I had a day job, and I had this actually really stressful job being in foster care. But I was okay with that. I just didn't want the home life adulting. It was so interesting. And he had the payoff that he got to be in charge. His safety zone was being in control, most especially the finances. That was a really touchy part of his upbringing. So he learned that if you're in charge of the money, you're safe, you're good. So we enabled one another's childhood crap. We didn't handle it. We just sort of found a way to bandage it up with each other until the day that I woke up and said, wow, this is no way to live, and I'm done. That made him collateral damage. And just let me say, I apologized to him for that. We had an actual conversation around this where I said, I need to apologize to you. You know, I mean, you're one of my favorite humans and I love you, but I married my dad. Like, I wanted someone to take care of me, and you did a great job. It was a beautiful moment of just owning it. So I'm just offering, if you have the opportunity to have that kind of cleanup with someone, do it. It's very freeing and healing. We're all playing this game. There is not one gender or one group who is more guilty than another of trying to relieve their own hurt at the expense of others. It's more of a human thing. So I kind of wanted to wrap this up with it's a really beautiful segment from a book of poetry. It is I think she's a South African author, so I cannot say her name. I'm going to list this stuff under my video. But it's a book of poetry called Questions for Ada, and it's very short. But again, it's gender specific as she writes it. But man, did I feel it when I tweaked that one as well in terms of the masculine. So here we go. Bless the daughters who sat carrying the trauma of mothers, who sat asking for more love and not getting any, carried themselves to light. Bless the daughters who raised themselves. I'm one of those daughters, so I really feel that one. So if you can think of someone who really makes you crazy, and then, you know, and you don't like them, or you think they're just a pain in the ass, think of this quote. Think of this and go, I wonder where they learned what they've learned, why they show up in life the way they do. All right, guys, this one's for you. Bless the sons who sat carrying the trauma of fathers, who sat asking for more love and not getting any, carried themselves to light. Whew. Bless the sons who raised themselves. Yeah, this is real. Like, we're all running around with a lot of stuff. So if we could just maybe practice a little compassion, a little empathy, and strive for balance, it will do us all so much good. And there's something about extending compassion and empathy to other people that it heals us. I know, it's asking a lot in the climate that we are living in right now. But I think we're up to it. I really do have faith in us. All right, I'll check back in with you in a while. Thank you for watching, and take care of yourselves. Be good to each other.